Hi everyone, welcome to Club Rats. My name is John.
I'm Jesiah.
Faraz.
So tonight we're gonna recap week one of college football. We got the Eagles and Cowboys on live right now. It's in a weather delay. There's lightning in Philadelphia.
Beware.
Not the most dangerous thing that's happening in the city.
I'm scared.
Yeah. They should be back here shortly. First game from last week in college football, I think we should all talk about.
Yeah.
It might have been the most hyped, biggest dud game I can think of in a long time for college. Certainly like a week one. It was just major letdown. I mean, Ohio State won. You got to give them credit. They did win the game, but it wasn't a memorable game at all.
Especially for one that was so widely watched.
Yeah.
There were streaming platforms I was trying to watch the game on. I couldn't watch 'cause so many people were watching the game. It was hyped up all through the summer.
Yeah,
We talked about last week how excited we all were to watch it, and it was a letdown not only from like a football standpoint, but very let down by Arch Manning. I think we could all agree on that. It was very, it was just lackluster.
The way that game was hyped, could it ever have lived up to the hype? Probably not, but it was certainly not. It was not a great football game by any means. And Arch, if his last name wasn't Manning, I don't,
You don't know where
he's making $6.2 million right now to be the quarterback at Texas, and he threw for like 120 yards. Didn't really know where to go with the football. He didn't really run for much. It was kind of, I guess you got to give Matt Patricia credit for Ohio State. He supposedly fooled him. I mean, we'll see. It is one game. You can't overreact. We'll see how he does. Obviously, Arch Manning is going to get his opportunities. I think they have to go to Georgia. Or I don't know Texas' schedule. They got to play somebody good in the SEC at some point. They're going to have to play a slew of games.
They are playing San Jose
this week. Yeah.
They're favored by 36.5, which will cover, the upcoming games pretty shortly. But back to Arch Manning. I am curious if it was him having the pregame jitters, being like the new starting QB, or if it was Sark not opening up the playbook.
Yeah.
I saw two totally different games. The first three quarters versus the fourth quarter. I thought Arch looked much more comfortable, but also seemed like the offense had some fluidity to it. Now, is that Arch having cold feet, or is that Sark just opening up the playbook?
I started off by blaming Arch for that game. You do have to blame Sark. This man, he was the head coach at Washington. I believe he left there to take the USC job. He got that job. He got drunk at like a banquet, so they had to fire him, which I'm not making fun of him for being a recovering alcoholic, but he then gets fired from SC, and then he somehow manages to get a better job at Texas after he's the offensive coordinator for Nick Saban for a couple years at Alabama. And I'm just, at what point does this guy, how does he deserve these jobs? Like, I don't understand it. Every time he's been at Texas, every time you think they're going to get over the hump, they're going to do it. They never do it. They always come up short. This is another shining example.
Yeah.
You got Arch Manning, and you come out and you fucking score 7 points. You take a big shit on the field.
You actually had a great comparison last night when we were talking about it. You said Sark is the Doc Rivers of college football. And I'd
even say he's less qualified. At least Doc has a championship.
He does. Now, this is why Sark is rehabilitated as the OC at Alabama.
Yeah, that was.
They went crazy and won a whole bunch of.
But that was how we got his chops in the first place.
Yeah.
Was this?
He did.
Coordinator.
He was the offensive coordinator for Pete Carroll at USC. He ran that machine. So I will say this for Sark: if he was just your offensive coordinator, I think he's fine. But as a head coach, and his record, if you look at his record at Texas, it's probably great. But it's Texas. You got arguably the best recruits every year. Maybe California's better, maybe Florida, but it's certainly top 3 every year. I just think they should be more. I think that was the first time Texas was preseason number 1.
It was.
Which is just, how is that possible in college football with Texas football? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. So it looks like the game is going to be back on in about 20-25 minutes.
Okay, good.
Perfect. So we'll be covering the game live, essentially. So
to get on this game is Jalen Carter. What's his name? Carter?
Yeah, the
defensive tackle from Georgia. Which with those Georgia guys, they better pass driving tests before you should get your degree at Georgia and then pass a driving test. It should go together.
I don't think they should allow you to drive.
Yeah. he spit on Dak Prescott before the game started. So he
Before
was
the game even started,
thrown
got
out of the
thrown
game.
out.
I mean, I don't know what to say. It's not
ridiculous.
It's a bad look. The next game we want to talk about, recap wise, was LSU Clemson.
Yep.
I actually think people will say Ohio State had the best win, but I would probably argue LSU going on the road to Clemson, winning that game, especially for Brian Kelly, because I think I said the week before he was going to get fired, and if he lost that game, he
You
would have
could
been on the
honestly
hot
argue
seat.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
you could argue it. So massive win for him, a huge road win, beating Clemson. It's a nice victory. You have to give LSU credit for that.
Nussmeier played great. He's ranked the 16th best QB in college football right now, and I think you should argue, or could argue, he should be top 5 if not top 3. Archman is ranked number 1. I think Sellers was rated number 3, and Nussmeier is way down the list at number 16. I think that is a very skewed list, and he's going to keep climbing the ranks.
Yeah, I mean,
He
clearly
should be on Heisman watch.
Arch being number 1, and until proven otherwise, I don't know how you could have him number 1.
No.
Right now. That's wild. The big upset, probably the biggest
Biggest
upset
upset.
in terms of big teams and point spreads, Bama versus Florida State.
Bama was favored by 14
14
points
and
points.
lost by 14. So that's a 28 4-touchdown spread. I mean, I think it's safe to say Alabama is in a complete, for them anyway, a spiral. If you listen to the Paul Feinbaum show, I mean, the Alabama fans that are calling in and just ranting, they're absolutely insane.
I wonder.
They're crazy.
Is there any?
They're crazy.
Is the only scenario where DeBoer is able to walk out of Alabama with his head still on his shoulders is by winning out? I don't know. I don't foresee any other way.
I think if he made the playoffs, he'd be safe.
Just making it.
Just making it. Because first of all, it does come down to economics.
Yeah.
He has a
There's
$70 million buyout. So if he makes the playoffs, they're not firing a coach who's got $70 million left on their deal,
And it's getting.
and he made the
close enough.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, they're crazy enough though. If they don't make the playoffs, I think they might fire him. And
Yeah.
if he's sitting there like 6-6
No, he's done.
or even 7-5,
I don't even if he's even floating in that territory. I don't even know if
And
he makes it to that.
I can't even necessarily blame Alabama for firing him. I think there's a lot of coaches that could have stepped into that job. Nick Saban gave him Milroy at quarterback. He had a badass defense. I mean, that team that he took over for lost to Michigan by basically in overtime by a touchdown. If they win that game, they're in the national championship, and they probably beat the winner of Washington, Texas. So,
Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, it was basically a national championship contending
Quality
team, and he's basically just sank them. They put him right into the ground. So, I think they could fire him. There's on Instagram, there's a lot of rumors of Gruden potentially taking the job.
Oh God.
I've actually heard that as well.
Do you think he'd be good or bad there?
I think it would be a horror. Like I just don't know if especially these former NFL guys, can make that kind of adjustment, especially in today's environment.
It's kind of telling, watching Belichick go back down to college, and I don't know if Gruden would be a slam dunk there. I don't know. He's been out of it for a long time. He's a little bit older. Could he relate to them? I mean,
He hasn't had success as a coach in 23 years.
and that's the thing too. Everybody like, he had the scandal with the emails
Yeah.
with the Commanders and all that stuff. But the truth with the Raiders, he wasn't really like lighting it on fire. He was.
No.
They were serviceable, but they weren't like, winning the division and dominating the sport. So he was kind of
not even
already
close.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
like if
That's
he
what I'm
won the
saying,
Super Bowl, there's no way the Raiders fired him.
Oh, of course
He's
not.
still
It's
he's
just
still
an email.
kind of like capitalizing on his
Name.
original
Yes.
success with the Bucks and
He-
then his name as an analyst.
He took the John Madden route and took it
Yeah.
times 10. He had the game. He was the Monday Night Football broadcaster. He had the QB show. He was like the cool guy in the NFL. And then he came back to the Raiders. Going back to college, it might even be more unrecognizable and more foreign to him because college
it's totally different.
is a totally different sport. I mean, NIL, that's another problem with Alabama. They don't have the money. When Nick Saban was paying guys there, yeah, you give Najee Harris a couple $100,000. He doesn't go to Michigan. He goes to Alabama.
That's it.
But now that Michigan can pay,
It's a few million.
Michigan, the truth about Alabama is nothing in comparison to Michigan if you're talking money. And that's just Michigan. There's way other schools you don't even think about. Like Northwestern, if they wanted to spend, they could be a top 5 team every year in college football. They have the type of money they could do that. They have the donors. Alabama does not have that level of cash, so I think that's part of it. But I also think DeBoer is just a bad fit. He coached at Eastern Michigan, I believe, for a little while. He coached it on the West Coast, in Washington. He does not fit in with that group down there. But nonetheless, getting back to the game, I have to give
FSU a lot of credit.
Mike Norvell or whatever his name is. He had his team ready. They kind of kicked Alabama's butt, and they look like they're back. Florida State's going to be in the mix to win the ACC this year.
They were
at this
such
point.
a letdown last season.
Yeah.
Where they had no place to go but up, really. But this is a statement win for them, and this could give them that momentum to, like you said, win their conference,
Absolutely,
make the playoffs, and really make some noise. Next game,
Miami Notre Dame. Notre Dame started the redshirt freshman quarterback C.J. Carr. I didn't think he looked great. He didn't look awful. He did make some plays with his legs. He's starting on the road at Miami. That's a tough spot. Miami won by a field goal.
And it was raining there too.
Yeah.
I saw that prior to the game. I put pretty good bet in on Dame because of that. I'm like, oh, they're going to run heavy. They have a redshirt QB starting now. I thought Jeremiah Love was going to get the ball a lot. So I was pretty let down to see that that's not what happened. They kind of let Carr run the show, and he did almost come out with the win. But Beck did look like the more poised veteran in the comparison.
Yeah.
Miami came to play. They were technically underdogs in that. They were +3.
I got 3.5, yeah.
Yeah. And I took Dame the other way. I had Dame -3, but it was right there. I was pretty disappointed that the game ended with the refs calling it, saying they didn't get the playoff.
You wanted one more play?
I like my hope. It probably wouldn't have happened. Hail Mary, Carr hadn't made that throw the whole game. But who knows? For them to call that game after the play snapped and then 2-3 seconds later, then they said, no, the play's dead. I didn't like that. Prior to that, though, prior to Miami hitting the field goal to go up by 3, I thought Notre Dame had all the momentum. They got a 4-and-out, or they scored, they got a 4-and-out, and then Carr immediately threw an interception.
Yeah,
that was pretty much the game. Once I saw the interception, I'm like, it's over. Because it was in the fourth quarter, and then they marched downfield, they get a field goal, and, that's it.
Getting back to that game, Freeman, I think he's a great defensive coach, but his offense, you basically have a redshirt freshman starting on the road for the first time.
You have Jeremiah Love.
Why not give the ball to Love and let him kind of carry it, and then play off of that, do play action, give your quarterback some easy throws. It's a really bad loss for Notre Dame because they're not in a conference. So anytime they lose a game, it kind of hurts them more.
Yeah.
If they lose another game or two, there could be not even in the playoff conversation. So now I haven't looked at their schedule. I got a feeling, knowing the good old Catholic boys down there at Notre Dame, they're probably playing nobody.
And they're probably praying too.
They're probably their toughest game is USC,
yeah,
which is a winnable game for them. So
very winnable.
If Notre Dame wins out, they're going to be in the playoff for sure. And even if they go 10-2, they're probably still going to get in.
Yeah.
But this certainly hurts that. You didn't want to lose the opener. They don't have a lot of room for error now.
Because that's a huge win. If they would have beat Miami,
they would be in the catbird seat.
That's a big win.
100%. Next game, this wasn't a massive game, but kind of an interesting game. South Carolina Vaught Tech. I didn't get to watch a ton of it, but Sellers did enough. They had a punt return or a kickoff that basically sealed it.
It was huge because it was pretty ruggish game. Like South Carolina came out and scored on the opening drive. And I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game, and then turned into a slugfest.
Yeah.
It was defense, but the whole game Sellers was doing enough, not turning the ball over. He made enough plays to keep it close the whole game. And then that kickoff return, that was insane. It just right up the side. And
what'd you think of Sellers? Did he look better than Arch Manning?
Oh, easily. He looked poised. He looked like
bigger arm, bigger, faster.
Deserved to be out there, not maybe because of his name.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the guy I would like for the draft. Eventually, I think he's going to be a top pick. What was great
for that game, if that game was on Saturday, I don't think anyone would have watched it. It was one of only 3 games on Sunday.
That was the game before Miami Notre Dame.
It was
noon. Yeah, so it was the matinee.
It was. Yeah. It was a great prequel to see kind of the slugfest in the Notre Dame Miami game. Did you watch the game at all, Faraz?
I did not.
Yeah, Sellers look great. Keep an eye on him, John. You have him as your Heisman winner by all means. He could win the Heisman if South Carolina stays relevant and they keep winning. He should have the
Yeah,
numbers.
I mean, they were. Would they go last year? 9-3.
Something like that.
They were 9. I mean, they were basically one game away from making the playoffs, and he arguably would have been the best quarterback in the tournament last year, certainly from an NFL perspective. Next game, obviously more for me, but the Michigan-New Mexico game. Michigan, it's hard to. You watch those games, you can't really take much away from it. I will say Underwood, for a kid who just turned 18, I thought he looked really poised. He didn't have any turnovers. He didn't run one time. He threw 31 passes, all from the pocket.
He looked great.
He had hit 21 of them. He had 250 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks.
And that's what matters.
His arm, one of the throws on the replay, you can't even see the ball. It's out of his hand and it goes into Marlon Klein's hands.
Nice.
He's got a cannon. I will say this for him and for everybody that's involved with Michigan. They got the biggest game, one of the biggest games of the season coming up. Probably the biggest game of this slate for this week, Oklahoma. And Michigan's on the road. So we're going to see, what Michigan or Oklahoma, what they're really made of. Oklahoma played Illinois State. You couldn't really tell much. Mateer, he threw for 392 yards. He did have a pick. He had 3 touchdowns. Oklahoma could not run the ball in that game. They averaged like 3.5 yards a carry, which is not good against a way inferior opponent.
Team, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how good Illinois State's defensive line is. I can tell you Michigan is better at the defensive line. So that's a positive. You're a Michigan fan. But the problem with all these opening week games in college football, they don't have any preseason games. So the coaches are trying to still kind of,
figure out who's who.
Who's the last starter and all that. So that's all going on. And we didn't say that in the Texas-Ohio State game. It was the first game. Both of those teams will most likely be better in Week 12 than they are now. So we can't be too overly critical. These guys are 18 to 22-year-old guys, and it's the first week of the season.
John, what was the line to that game?
Michigan, New Mexico. They were favored by like 34.5, 35, 36 maybe.
That was actually, I thought, an impressive performance by New Mexico.
Well, no, and I was going to say, New Mexico.
This new staff, new
it was the
players.
same coach at Idaho.
Yeah.
Last year, Idaho Tech or whatever it was,
Idaho.
or State.
Just
whatever.
Idaho.
Idaho Tech.
They went into Oregon though, and only lost by like 10. And that game was like a 3 or 7 point game. Like they gave Oregon a run for their money.
Like a 28
I was
game.
impressed. It was the same quarterback from that Idaho team to New Mexico team. He took a beating. I mean, he got hit maybe 15 to 20 times and like monster hits. The call of the game that I hated, they called a targeting call on Michigan, and it totally changed the game. It went from Michigan sacking the quarterback, picking the ball up, and running into a touchdown to now the kid's out of the game, and they called another penalty. Basically, it just gave New Mexico a free touchdown. So it was a 14-point swing.
And you said that guy's out for next game as well, right?
First half, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jesiah Barnum, if you see him, he's physically and his production, what it could be, pass rush wise. I mean, he's looking like an NFL first round draft pick, an outside linebacker, DN type. I mean, he's a stud. I was impressed though with New Mexico. They didn't quit. They played hard. Actually, from both sides, I thought both fan bases could be happy with what it was. New Mexico didn't come in. They didn't lay down. Clearly, there's a talent gap between the two. Michigan last year had the worst quarterback play I think I've ever seen in my life. Now, I'm very lucky. The first quarterback I ever saw was at Michigan '97, Brian Greasy. We won the national championship, and one of his backups was Tom Brady. So, I mean, not a lot of college programs have that. So, but still, the 2 quarterbacks last year, Alex Orji and Davis Warren, were definitely below the standard. And their statistics, they're in the bottom 10 of every quarterback statistics in college football. Underwood certainly looks like an upgrade, even as a true freshman. He for sure is a better player. So just having him alone should be a better offensive season. And then, of course, the last debacle, North Carolina. North Carolina, Bill Belichick. I've been kind of a fair weather. At one moment, at first I said Belichick's going to be a disaster. Then it's like, it's Bill Belichick. He can't be a disaster.
He might be okay.
He might be okay. And I think my first reaction was probably correct. He just looks like an unmitigated disaster. He looks like he's 73.
Fish out of water.
It just looks like college football. Everybody thinks college football and the NFL, like it's football, but they kind of are two different sports. Mm-hmm. The way the game's officiated, everything about it. It's a lot different, and he just doesn't look like he fits this style of football.
Like, how is he going to relate to the guys to get them to buy in? Or really kids, they're not even men yet, right?
Yeah, he's also this isn't Belichick like at Texas or at Ohio State or at a USC or Michigan or Notre Dame. He's at North Carolina. North Carolina will always be a basketball school. So it's not a great job from that standpoint. He is recruiting well. If you look at his recruiting, he's in the top 25. So, he could – I wouldn't count him out, but definitely right now it does not look good.
Well, the recruiting's not going to help him this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought the line was so weird. TCU was only -2.5. I took that line to the bank. I thought that was the killer line. From the jump, like, they just smacked him in the face.
Well, Carolina was up 7-0, and they got outscored 41-0.
Points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, after that initial drive, they were nothing. It was awful. And is that the players? Is that Bill?
I mean, when you get your ass beat like that, it's
everyone.
It's everybody. But at the end of the day,
Michael
if
Jordan
you're
was there
the
to witness
steward,
that too.
He's the steward of the program. Everything it all stems from the top.
I don't know. Him with his son. His son's got like a ponytail. He looks like a maniac.
What's wrong with the ponytail?
Well, I mean, nothing. But just the way
in 2025, though,
it's
not great.
It's so bad. It just looked really bad.
Yeah, I mean,
like you were bringing up before the show. Belichick's not allowing representatives from the New England Patriots to scout his team, basically to scout his players. I mean,
Why?
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of a college not letting a pro team in to watch their players.
I don't
play.
understand.
That's the whole point of going to the school is to get drafted or get exposed. You get exposure.
And
like
as a program, that's probably the outside of winning championships.
Yeah.
The second greatest measure of your success.
100%.
Probably
what guys you put
into the pros.
100%. And we're not talking about like this is some small school. This is North Carolina. Like
it's a major school.
It's a major program. How do they? I don't know. That just gives me bad. It is strange. I know he's got obviously him and Kraft hate each other, but you still.
What end is it serving? What end is it serving Belichick? Nothing.
Yeah. Other than just being petty.
Other than serving an ego
petty,
thing, but like
it's just weird.
Having said that, though, North Carolina does play Charlotte. They're 13.5-point favorites.
And we actually like the line.
I
like the line.
I think they might bounce back. And Belichick said this in the postgame. He said, we're better than this. We're not this bad.
Oh, okay.
But
they might be that bad.
And I'd say, and Bill, you are what you are. As he would know better than anybody, Bill Parcells would say that. We are what the record is. Belichick coach for Bill Parcells for forever. If we're an 8-5 football team, we're 8-5. I mean, most likely that's what you are. When you lose 41-13 or whatever it was, you're not very good.
What was the final score? Because I shut the game
41-14,
off.
I think.
48.
48-14?
Yeah, it's
48-14. So, and TCU, again, this wasn't Ohio State that came in there or Texas or...
48-14.
Yeah, this wasn't like an expected national championship. This was TCU. I will say for Sonny Dykes... He has a win against Jim Harbaugh and a win against Bill Belichick. And I don't know if he's that good of a coach, but he has two. But those are two great wins.
But also,
not bad.
Not bad.
Also, Bill Belichick might not be that great of a
Correct.
coach.
He could be washed. Well, he beat Harbaugh though. Harbaugh was still. Harbaugh's still good. Harbaugh could still coach.
Man. What a disaster. But yeah, they should bounce back next week. That line 13.5. Them being even favored at that much when they had such a meltdown. I like that line.
You would think North Carolina would respond.
Yeah.
You would think that this should be, and in college, getting back to the week one, in college football, the biggest improvement you see player to player is week 1 to week 2. Mm-hmm. It just works that way. And it's just, it's human nature. It's your first time playing week 1. You get a second look at it, and in week 2 you play better.
I feel like this is a good segue into the real team of the week, which is the UNLV running Rebels.
Against UCLA.
Again, well, coming up against UCLA, but they definitely looked a lot more
Bounce back
competent
against Sam Houston State.
against Sam Houston State than they did in week 0.
I agree.
So it just goes to show that it's hard to glean a ton of definitive results from early play, but there is something to that. You should expect to hopefully see some improvement.
Football is a sport. It's kind of like fighting, or because it's so physically demanding. When you lose that little bit of momentum, you can't get it back. Whereas like in basketball,
it swings.
It swings, but when it gets to that winning time, usually the best players kind of take over. I don't think it's a coincidence that SGA at the end of those games, he was kind of money down the stretch of the finals.
Yeah.
And in football, getting back to UNLV, I'm at the game. Alex Orji's running into the end zone. He fumbles the ball at the 1. I don't know how you account for something like that. Because if they go up 7-0,
it's a different game.
The game could be totally different at that point. It's like the targeting call in the Michigan New Mexico game. If you're covering that game, if you're trying to cover, if they don't call that, all of a sudden you're up 41-10, and there's still the whole fourth quarter. Maybe New Mexico quits, and you get 2 bullshit touchdowns, and they cover. So you can't look at these scores too closely. College is becoming more like the NFL, where we just watched the Eagles win the Super Bowl in a very dominant fashion. To this point right now, them against the Cowboys, it's a 4-point game. There's not a huge difference, really, from what we're watching. So you're kind of seeing that in college. These swings or these penalties or a turnover, like these one play can literally alter a game and it can't recover.
Well, that's what actually we learned that from the playoffs last season for college football. Whichever team had the more turnovers, it wasn't even close. They lost every time.
Like if you're betting this game, how could you predict Jalen Carter's going to spit on? Oh, he thought he spit on him.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
hey.
That's a little different now.
That makes it a different. That makes
so
it a
Prescott
little different.
spit at Carter first, and then Carter spit kind of in retaliation. He did spit on him. I don't think Prescott spit on him.
That's crazy.
But he did kind of spit at him.
I think
and
that's
he
what
smiled.
prompted it.
Yeah,
that's what prompted it.
That was like, screw you. I'm like, I'm better than you. Get out of my face.
They literally pulled out the Lakers like camera angle. We didn't see that angle the
that.
whole time.
Yeah.
It took them going to weather delay to see this new angle of fucking Dak Prescott starring this shit. I guess it's why he gets paid $400 million.
$60 million a year.
Oh man, that's wild. Yeah, because we've only seen the other side of Carter starting this shit.
He did kind of spit out.
Yeah, I can see that now.
That's crazy.
Now he didn't spit on, but he definitely. It wasn't like when you hear about it. Yeah, he spit towards him.
Yeah,
his player blocked it.
Yeah.
He was walking towards Carter when he did that.
Yeah.
That was deliberate.
Yeah. Oh no, he was totally messing with him.
Yeah, and so Carter was doing it back.
I don't think Carter's going to get as fined as much now.
No,
it's not going to be as bad.
God damn. But
I will say, spitting on somebody and spitting at him
it's 2 totally different
things.
It
is different, but it wasn't like he wasn't provoked. He was provoking. He's talking crap to him, and he spits at him.
And he did go to Georgia. We've seen the players at Georgia. They don't need too much,
It's just lucky he made it to the stadium alive without getting into a car accident.
It's wild.
Okay, so getting back to college, a game I wanted to circle. It's kind of an under the radar game, but it's usually a great football game. Is Iowa State versus Iowa. It's always close for the most part.
Drama.
It's usually 7 or less. It's going to come down to a field goal. Last year, the Iowa State kicker made I think it was a 65-yard plus field goal to win the game. It was insane. So that should be a fun game. This is kind of a weak slate of games this week, but that's probably one of the better games. I'm going to take Iowa State minus 3.5. That hook could get me, but I'm probably going to lay it. I like the quarterback for Iowa State. I think he's good. I think he's a good player. Next game, Boston College. They are getting plus 4.5 against Michigan State. Should be a good game. I'm going to take the points. I think Michigan State could win, but they might only win by a field goal. So I'm going to go Boston College plus 4.5. We kind of like North Carolina, and then we talked about UCLA, UNLV. UNLV is only a 2.5 point underdog at home. Wow, he just threw that guy off of him. I think for Dan Mullen, is it Dan Mullen?
Yeah.
for Dan Mullen at UNLV, this could be. And you don't want to over-exaggerate it. UCLA just lost by 100 to Utah. So how good is UCLA? But still, you're UNLV. If we win this
Everyone
game,
counts.
it's a massive win if they win this game.
It is.
It's a Big Ten opponent. So now they might be the worst team in the Big Ten, UCLA. But still, for UNLV, if we win this game by a point, we would take it and be happy about it. So it's a big game for him. If he can win this game,
well, and it would set them up really well for the
Mountain West.
for the Mountain West, which now actually
Looks open.
It's open.
it's open.
It's still, I would still have it as a 3-team race between San Jose State,
come on.
Boise.
UNLV, and Boise. And
Boise and
I think
San Jose State
I'm not saying New
both
Mexico is
lost.
going to win the Mountain West. I don't think
play
they will.
better.
But I think New Mexico, you don't want to not. You better be ready to play against them. They're not bad. New Mexico. They got like 70 transfers from the FC. I'm not kidding. It's not.
had to.
Yeah, it's not your typical New Mexico team. They're not.
They literally had
They're not bad.
It's basically an entire new program.
Whole new program. Yeah. I mean, for college, it is a weak slate this week. So that's what I got. The biggest game is Michigan Oklahoma. Michigan's a 5.5 point underdog. That's in sports betting world. Anything 5.5 in football, you usually call that the devil's number because that's kind of telling me the book really doesn't know because the game is in Oklahoma. That's worth at least 3 to 7 points, so we just make them the favorite. But anything could happen in this game. I wouldn't be shocked if there was a blowout either way.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if it was a field goal game. I don't really know what to expect. It's hard to judge Oklahoma and Michigan based off who they played.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm rooting for Michigan. I am going to bet. I'm going to take the 5.5, and I'll bet Michigan money line.
Nice.
They usually do well in these spots. I think the last 2 times they were underdogs, they were a 13-point dog, I believe, 10 to 13-point dog to Alabama. They beat the crap out of Alabama in the bowl game. Not by points, but if you watch the game, physically they pounded them. They ended up winning by 6. And then the game before that, they beat Ohio State as a 23.5-point underdog. So Michigan being a dog, they're not afraid of that situation. And for them, it would be a massive win. It could change their season if they win that game. All of a sudden, if they win that, that's a top 5 impressive win.
Yeah.
Certainly top 3 probably at the moment. And then I think it's a bigger game for Oklahoma. Brett Venables is in his 4th year. He's kind of on the hot seat. So if he loses this game, I don't know. He's in trouble, I think, potentially. Because the SEC isn't going to get easier for him. You know, the schedule he's got to play. He's got to play Texas. I'm sure they got to play Florida, Georgia, LA. They have a barrage of teams they're going to have to play. So I almost kind of look at it as a must-win for Oklahoma if Venables wants to keep his job. That's the game of the week, though, in college. Who do you guys like in that game?
I'll probably lay the points, John. I mean, I thought you gave a great argument and saying, like, the book doesn't really know where to put this line.
Yeah.
Right? So
I just inch closer towards Oklahoma just because of the quarterback experience.
Well,
that's it.
And I think that's I can't argue against that.
Yeah.
If Oklahoma won, they do have Mateer. He's a transfer from Washington State. He's a veteran. I've really deep dived into his, analyzing him. It's kind of tough at Washington State because they basically played a Mountain West schedule. So when he played against those teams, he had 60% completion percentage, no picks, a lot of touchdowns. When he played against Power 5 teams, his completion percentage went to 50. He started fumbling. The turnovers happened. So I could, if we rocked him and he was kind of frazzled, it wouldn't shock me. But at the same time, it wouldn't shock me if he looked great. And also, Michigan is starting a freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
So, and this is going to be nuts. It's going to be an 80, 90,000 seat arena in Norman, Oklahoma. They're going to be going crazy. Would I be shocked if he played a bad game? No, not at all. You kind of almost expect him to. So, I can't say betting Oklahoma's a bad pick either.
Our home team.
It is Sharon Moore's alma mater. He played offensive line
That's
there.
right, yeah.
So I don't know if that helps or I don't know. It'll be an interesting game. I think it's definitely a fun watch. So you get a bit of a gauge on what you can expect for both of those programs going forward.
Yeah.
So, I think that's all I got for college football. The biggest thing, I would say, it was a bit of a dud week 1. There's so much hype, and I think NIL has affected that.
Yeah.
Big time.
It's definitely made it's kind of given even lesser programs or programs you don't think about a chance or a huge advantage. I look at a school like Texas Tech, like let's use Texas Tech and UNLV.
Massive advantage.
Those programs, 10 years ago, I don't even know. UNLV was, if you would have told me UNLV would be at this level, I would have said it's impossible.
Yeah.
I would have said impossible.
Tech is a 48.5-point favorite this week against the team they're
Tech,
playing. It's insane. Like
they spend money.
They went up.
They have
the
guys
rankings.
spending money there. I'm not saying Texas Tech is going to win the national championship, but they're certainly
Better position.
just they're a player, and you look at a program like UNLV, like look at UNLV compared to Virginia Tech. If you would have told me 20 years ago UNLV would have any chance of like being better than Virginia Tech, I would have said impossible. Impossible. And it's actually it might happen.
Yeah.
So it's NIL has definitely changed the sport. Look at a school like Alabama. They don't have as much money as you think. They're like, I was listening to AJ McCarron. He played quarterback at Alabama for Saban, and he's like, I look at the boosters. We can barely get to 18 million. Some of these schools, Michigan just got fined like basically 20 to 30 million from the NCAA. Yeah. Now they're appealing it, so they probably aren't gonna have to pay it, or it'll get reduced. But they laugh. We were literally laughing, like because it doesn't 20
it's
million.
Like a slap on a wrist.
It really we got a guy named Elson who he's the owner of Oracle. He's the third wealthiest man in the world.
Larry Ellison.
Yeah. So $20 million. I mean, it's like $5 to us.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't mean anything.
That's just insane.
Which I mean, it's still 20 million. 20 million. You can't. That's a lot of money.
But yeah, I mean, for these
guys,
ultra wealthy, it is like.
Yeah.
It is.
It really doesn't. Some of these guys, it doesn't.
I had a good segue on that for later in the show, but that has to do with another big time CEO who's in the news recently.
Oh, okay.
A former CEO,
Who's that?
He was you might know him as the richest owner in professional sports right now.
Ballmer?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. That is for later.
That'll be our third segment of the show.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go into our NFL picks. We're going to go through each game. We'll pick who we're going to win with the spread.
Yeah. Before we go into that, I do want to talk about this game going on. That fucking weather delay. Fuck the Eagles. They got a fumble. They had all the momentum before a play could even go off.
They had a punting.
Weather delay for an hour.
I've seen Michigan.
And they went 4 and out their first drive.
I have seen weather delays. I saw Mark Antonio. He was a master at Michigan State.
Yeah.
He would like wave his hands up in the air like a wizard, and this Michigan hail or rain would come down, and all of a sudden, like Michigan State had no chance, and then there's a 3-hour rain delay, and then it's raining, and then they fumble the ball, and then before you know it, Michigan State beat Penn State in that game, and who they beat? James Franklin.
There you go.
But they did. I'll never forget that game. There was like a 3-hour rain delay, and Michigan State ended up winning that game. The same thing could happen here.
At least the Eagles got the fucking ball back, but I'm telling you, it's not looking good.
This game hopefully looks like it's going down to the wire.
It's not looking good for the -8 that I got.
Oh, and we talked about the Parsons trade, right? Never mind.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that.
So to start it off, game tomorrow: Chiefs and Chargers playing in Brazil. Chiefs are favored by 3 points. Start with you, Faraz. Which team you taking?
I have to take the Chiefs.
Chiefs -3. John?
I hate to say it, but the Chiefs have beat the Chargers eight games in a row.
That's what I was reading.
I mean, it's a toss-up. If I had to, I guess I'd go with the Chiefs. I hope the Chargers win, though. I'm rooting for the Chargers.
So do I, yeah. But until they do it.
But it's hard to bet against Mahomes
and
the refs and Andy Reid. I mean, they're going to...
And the refs. Yeah. I will lay the 3-2. Chiefs -3. I like the line.
Yeah. I always say this too in the NFL and in these goofy games, like when they go to Europe and they're playing in like Frankfurt.
Anything happens.
It's 6 and I generally though go with the teams that are more structurally sound. So like if it's and not that the Chargers aren't sound, but Andy Reid is on a historical run. You know, he's won 3 Super Bowls. Yeah. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. They usually play well in these situations.
Chiefs have won their division like 10 years in a row or something.
You got to like the Chiefs.
Now for Sunday with commercial-free football, right? Cardinals and Saints starting it off. Cardinals favored by 6.5 points. John, start with you.
I'm looking at ESPN has the spread is off. So is somebody not playing quarterback or something?
They probably just don't know what the Saints have going on at all.
The Saints...
are a shit show right
Might
now.
be starting the worst quarterback. He is graded as
Rattler.
32.
Rattler.
Spencer
Yeah,
Rattler
that's
from
right.
South Carolina, by
He's
the way, of
awful.
Oklahoma. I don't think he's a starting NFL quarterback by any means. He's a backup.
He might not even be a backup. He might be third string.
The Saints are already in a precarious
They're
position.
considered the worst.
They
team
were
in the
already
NFL.
considered really.
Yeah.
When Carr retired, I
I don't think they expect him to retire.
no.
Even if he didn't, though, they were still.
It was
But at
So-
least he
so-
was solid, like a
Yeah.
solid starter.
Yeah.
I'd rather start Carr than Spencer
Oh,
Rattler.
absolutely.
I
No
mean,
question.
starting Spencer Rattler, that is a tough one.
I'd rather start Arch Manning in this game than Rattler.
I don't know about that.
No, I would.
Rattler could throw the ball. He was a 5-star. He's got a better arm than Arch.
That's actually shocking.
He's
Yeah.
starting in the NFL, Jesiah. Right now, if you ran Arch Manning out there, he can't
might
play in
die.
the NFL.
With the name, he might be okay, right?
He might die.
Seriously, he might die.
But John, are you taking the 6.5?
I would go with the Cardinals. I actually like the Cardinals this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Cards.
I think this is.
I'm going to probably bet that game.
I think it's a no-brainer.
I'm
I
betting
think
that game.
I think Cardinals are going to blow them out. 6.5. I think it's an easy take. Faraz,
Yeah.
same thing. Yep. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders plus 2.5 against the Patriots minus 2.5.
Are you on ESPN?
I'm on Caesars.
Okay.
So what you got?
I'm on ESPN because the Colts Dolphins are next. It's fine. I just had a good segment on the Colts.
Okay, well it's coming up in a few. minutes.
I would take the Raiders in that one.
Raiders plus
Points.
2.5.
This is a huge revenge game. Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator with the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
And I would want to say this to Belichick because he's not letting New England people come to see. So, like, if Vrabel, who played for Belichick and won Super Bowls, and Josh McDaniel were like, oh, we want to go look at your quarterback and your defensive line, he's going to say no to those guys? I mean, why does that make any sense?
I think that's it.
They won Super Bowls together.
There's a process for when college,
Okay.
for when pros.
It's just during, like, right now. Like, their pro day, does he not let New England people into the facility?
Yeah, I think that would be different.
Okay,
I think it's-
okay.
Yeah, I think it's probably during.
Getting back to Josiah, you said the Raiders?
Yeah.
Raiders 2.5.
I hope to God the Raiders win. What's the line?
2.5. Patriots are favored by 2.5.
I think New England's going to win.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, but I think they're going to win.
I'll take the 2.5 with the Raiders.
I hope the Raiders win. That's a
Yeah.
great game, though.
It is
Yeah,
a good
Pete
game.
Carroll versus Vrabel. That's a fun game. I want to watch
Geno
that.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yep. Next game, Faraz, we're going to start with you on this one. It's your team. Buccaneers versus Falcons. Bucks are favored by 2 points.
I mean, I usually don't like betting on
Your team.
my own team, but I would. I'd go roll with Tampa, and this is probably the most consequential matchup in the entire division.
Yeah.
This is a big game, yeah, because your only threat is the Falcons.
It's the Falcons.
That's it.
So
The Falcons look good.
They
Yeah.
could be a threat, yeah.
And so, opening on the road against the Falcons, if this is a game that the Bucks can win, that automatically puts them in pole position for the division after week one. It's pretty insane.
Yep.
So you're laying the points.
I would have to go with the Bucks. I think the Bucks are going to win that division.
50th year in a row.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Mayfield.
it's since the Bucks got Brady, they have. I mean, you as a fan, they were kind of a dumpster fire.
Yeah, they were.
Horribly run.
Jameis Winston was.
They're a legitimate NFL franchise now. So I
Yeah.
have to go with the Buccaneers there.
I already said I like Baker. I think
Baker's good.
I think he's the real deal. I want to choose the Bucks, but every time everyone here chooses the same team, they always
end up
lose.
We all
But-
have Texas.
Well,
They all
yeah,
lost.
we all have Texas, but I'm also gonna choose the Bucks.
It would
minus
not
2.
shock me. Are you going with the Bucks too?
I am going.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Falcons won.
Yeah,
It wouldn't shock me. It's a 2.5 point spread.
Yeah,
It's a freaking.
and it's
field
a
goal.
road game for the Bucks. So.
yeah. All right, next game: Giants and Commanders. Commanders -6. I'll start this one off. I think that's an easy line. Commanders.
Yeah,
I'm taking the -6.
no need to overthink it.
Yeah.
I would agree. The only thing I would say, I do think the Commanders are going to have a little bit of a letdown year.
Setback?
I felt like everything
Worked
went
out.
perfect for them last year. No injuries. They kind of caught the league off guard. Going through the second time around, it's kind of like when a pitcher gets to the lineup for the second and third time. It's usually when they get hit.
Yeah.
No one's going to be surprised by Jay Daniels. They got tape on him. They are going to be ready for him. So
They did improve.
I just think the Giants are so bad.
Yeah, I think
It's hard
Giants
to
are
bet on
awful.
them.
Commanders improved. They got Debo Samuels.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what
a good pickup.
It's really about just the Giants more than it is
Exactly.
the Commanders.
The Giants could be playing just about anybody. I'd probably bet against them.
Next team, I'll start this one off too because it's my team. Steelers -3 against the Jets. I did bet this one already. I have Steelers -3. I think that's an easy get.
In New York,
Yeah, it's a revenge game for
Aaron Rodgers.
well, yeah, that way, but also the Jets new QB. What's the guy's name?
From Ohio State.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Justin Fields.
Fields.
He's starting at quarterback. Yes, he was
that's
at.
right.
Yeah.
But I think
What a
Fields is
Oh man.
kind of garbage. He's great in the open field.
He's a running back playing quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm taking the points with Steelers -3. I think that's easy. It's actually plus money. It's plus 100. So that's why I'm taking it. Faraz,
I would go with Steelers.
John.
I hate that game. I guess I would go with the Steelers. I'm not betting that game. That's a bad game to bet.
I like the -3 because I was already going to have them winning anyway. But it being -3, it's plus 100. So
I
I,
just think
like
the-
the even money.
I think I would bet the Steelers because franchise-wise,
Steelers.
they're way better than the Jets. The Jets are a freaking
Damn.
circus.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I could see paying people under the table.
Woody Johnson.
Johnson. He's one of the worst owners. He's a clown. So just for that alone, I'd have to go with the Steelers. I don't love Aaron Rodgers. He's old. You know, I was watching him throw the ball and just run. He's an old guy playing quarterback. This is not the 40-year-old Tom Brady who can still
Yeah.
play.
It's not even a 40-year-old Brett Favre.
Yeah,
It's
Rodgers
rough out
looks
there.
his age and he looks a little rough. Too much peyote, I think he's doing.
41, not too far from my age.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of
It's crazy.
too
right?
old.
Too old.
Next
Throw him in a
Yeah,
casket.
I mean that's how sports are though.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm telling you, somebody that plays
It is,
basketball,
man. It is.
when you're 37 playing basketball,
You're a miracle.
it's just, and I'm not even that old, but it's harder to play compared to when I was 27. It's just
Yeah.
not the same.
Yeah. Next game, we got a division game. Bengals and Browns. Bengals -5. John, who you got?
Oh God.
God, awful game. It's Ohio.
I'd have to take Cincinnati just because.
I mean, you got to take Cincinnati because of Burrow, and they did sign Trey Hendricks, so they got their pass rush guy back. I will say this about this game though: if you know football or you're watching football, the Browns defense.
They hold up.
No, they have a great defense. They have the old coach from the Lions, Jim Schwartz. He's the guy who coached Sue. He's coaching Mason Graham, and then the big pass rush guy. I can't think of his name. They're trying to trade him. He played at Texas A&M. Those two together though, they better block for Burrow because he could get his freaking head ripped off. Now I don't know if the Browns are going to score, but their front seven, the Browns' front seven is brutal.
Oh, Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett. They have Myles Garrett and Graham. That's a unit. Garrett is a problem on his own. Now you give him a guy inside, they're going to be tough to block.
So
Man, they're going to have a defense with those two guys.
speaking of that, the books actually have it being a high-scoring game. Out of all the games we went over so far, it's projected to go the highest scoring. The over/under is 48 points.
Who's playing quarterback for the Browns? the
Flacco.
41-year-old Joe
It's
Flacco?
Flacco.
Yeah.
Flacco could throw. He was reliable
I
on
like
the
Flacco.
Colts. He's a 40-year-old that can still play.
As crazy as it sounds, Flacco and Aaron Rodgers, of course Aaron Rodgers is probably the better QB career-wise.
Oh, yeah,
But they
easily.
both have one Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
They're not separated by that much.
Yeah.
I would go Bengals though because it's Burrow. I'm
Yeah.
going with Burrow over Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I chose them a few shows ago, them going over their 9.5 win total.
But the
So,
Bengals, I think they started 0-4 last year.
it was bad.
They
dug themselves
They don't have a
hole.
defense. So anytime you don't have a defense, I always say this as a Rich Rodriguez Michigan watcher, and now you kind of see in Alabama, when you don't have a defense, you can lose any game.
Yep.
Any game is losable as a UNLV fan.
Oh,
We've
yes.
had some of the worst defenses ever. When you can't stop a run, you're probably going to lose. And the Bengals do have a terrible defense. So
Yeah.
if they lose, it wouldn't shock me.
We got a fun game coming up next. Shout out Billy. We got Dolphins versus Colts. It's a pick'em game. Faraz, who you got?
In true nature, it's the pick'em game. I'm not sure.
It's in
maybe-
Indianapolis, Dolphins. Okay, I won't say it. I'll say it. I
Just to
won't
go
say it.
against Billy, I think out of principle, I'll have to pick the Colts.
Well, I think Billy wants the Dolphins to lose every
Yeah.
game. He wants Tua to die on the field.
So then I will pick the Dolphins.
He's rooting for Quinn Ewers to play quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's where you're
Yeah,
at with the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Billy literally said he thinks Ewers is going to start by December.
The Celtics are starting. What's the guy's name from Iowa?
What's his fucking name?
He scored like a
I
million
know who
points.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Garza.
Garza, Luca Garza.
If you would have told me the Boston Celtics,
Go
after
from
they
winning
won the
the
championship,
championship,
the way they won it, to Tatum and Brown are going to be dead, and you're starting Luca Garza. I mean, that you can. This is the thing about
To
sports.
be fair, if you would have told me that the Celtics would win the championship and we'd be talking about how important Luke Cornett and Sam Hauser are,
They are
agree.
very important.
then
You're
the
right.
same thing.
You're right.
It would just be like
I'm just talking about though winning a title with those two stars, and
Yeah.
now you're literally starting a team. They're starting Pritchard. Like it's not that Pritchard's bad, but you're going to start him for 82 games. I mean, that
Yep.
doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. If he's hurt, that's not good. He's one of their best offensive linemen for the Eagles.
So, Faraz, you have Dolphins,
Dolphins.
just to slight Billy.
yes.
Okay, getting onto this, the Colts. You talk about a depressed franchise. We jumped on the Saints. The Colts are right there. Their owner just died. He relapsed of a drug overdose because he probably didn't want to watch him play this year. He just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna kill myself."
I'm over it.
But R.I.P. Jim Irsay. He's famous for when he was coming on at national television to do the broadcast. He had $100 bills and he was just handing it out to the fans as he was walking onto the set.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but he did die. Very sad. And they have Anthony Richardson got beat out by
Daniel Jones.
So again, that's just football hell. I don't even know what.
And they're coached by, a real budding genius and former UNLV quarterback Shane Steichen.
He's coaching the Colts.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, they're right there as a bottom one or two worst teams in the NFL. I got to go with the Dolphins. The reason I'm picking the Dolphins too, it's indoors. If this game was outdoors, they probably would get killed because they're a terrible outdoor team, especially on the road. But
when it's cold, yeah.
Inside, I think Tua's going to throw the ball around. You got what's the line on that?
The points.
Yeah.
46.
What's the side?
Oh no, it's a straight.
It's a
game.
pick'em. Oh, I got to go with the Dolphins. That almost seems too easy to me.
Yeah.
I just got a notification that Steve Ballmer went on SportsCenter tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
We got breaking news.
Damn, we gotta watch that. Who do you got? Who do you like? Dolphins or Colts? Decide.
I'm gonna go with Colts. I just think the Dolphins and Tua, I don't trust them. So I'm gonna go with Colts. Next game, start with you, John. We got Panthers and Jaguars. Jags are favored by 3.5.
This is really the toilet bowl.
It's getting rough out there.
I would go with Jacksonville just because of Trevor Lawrence, whatever that means, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're at home. If I had to bet, I'm not going to even watch or bet that game, but if I had to bet it, I would bet the Jaguars. I'd lay the 3.5.
Yeah, I'm not touching this game because
It's a
I
bad game,
actually think Bryce Young is decent.
He's improved, yeah.
And Jags actually have a good team on paper. They just can't put it all together. There's something off about that. I'm curious to see how their rookie's going to do. I forget his name right now.
Travis Hunter.
Hunter, yeah. I'm excited to see him play.
It's his debut.
Both sides of the ball.
Yeah. The Jaguars have more talent.
On paper, yes.
I think on paper, yeah.
I'm curious because
They are at home, too.
Yeah.
It's the debut of Liam Cohen, their head coach, who was the former coordinator for the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So
The guy that says Duval.
yeah. They were good. The Bucs
Yeah.
offense was pretty.
Was he coaching Brady?
No,
Or Mayfield?
Mayfield.
Okay, so that's good.
The 3.5 scares me. That hook does kind of scare me.
Yeah,
So I
they
kind
couldn't
of
buy a field
want. So I
goal.
kind of want to take the Panthers plus 3.5. Now that I'm thinking about it, that hook is scaring me. Faraz, you say you got the Jags minus
Yeah.
3.5.
It's another one where nothing really jumps off the page.
It's a terrible game.
Next game. So this is the 1:00 slate. We got Titans versus Broncos. Broncos minus 8.5. I'll start this one. I'm taking Broncos minus 8.5. We're going to see Cam Ward in his debut. I think there's going to be a learning curve from college to the NFL. I'm going to take the Broncos fucking up a rookie QB game one. Broncos have a good defense.
I
Pretty
can't
hard,
argue with you.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
I mean, it's Sean Payton. Who's the Titans coach?
I don't even remember the Titans coach.
So there you go. Remember the Titans? We don't. So I have to go.
Brian Callahan.
Don't know who that is.
I think that's Callahan's son, who was the offensive coordinator for the Raiders.
He's the same age as Aaron Rodgers. He's 41.
Yeah, that's his son. That's Mike Callahan's son.
No, Bill Callahan's his dad.
Bill Callahan, yes. He coached. He was awful at Nebraska, but he coached the Raiders in the Super Bowl that lost to Gruden. He was Gruden's offensive coordinator with the Raiders. When Gruden left, he became the head coach. He's a career NFL coach.
So it's a complete rookie team. Rookie coach, rookie QB.
And just going to Denver with the altitude, that's one of the harder places to go to.
It's hard playing in
Denver's
the NBA,
good.
and they're indoors.
They're good, so they're going to win. I mean,
next,
will they cover? It is 8. That's a lot.
I'm going to take the 8.5.
Yeah.
I think they're going to smack Cam Ward and the Titans. Next game. This one is exciting. 49ers and Seahawks.
Great game.
49ers on the road, -2. Faraz, who you got?
Probably going to go 49ers. I just feel like they're too good. I mean, they had a disappointing year last year, and I know they've had a lot of turbulence and
they have
personnel,
a lot of turnaround.
A lot of personnel movement, but I just feel like they still weren't as bad as maybe they should have been last year, and they're
Ton of injuries. I mean,
they're going to be
the Niners.
They'll be better this year.
See, I think the Niners are kind of in that Lions zone where I feel like they've missed their window. They should have won a Super Bowl, probably.
100%.
They are supposedly healthy. Purdy's back, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not crazy about Purdy.
I don't really love him either. I like Seattle in that game.
I do too, actually.
I want the Niners to win though, because as a Michigan football fan, because we're absolutely insane. If Sherrone Moore doesn't work out, I always have a coach in waiting that I think will be the next coach. And Mike McDonald was the defensive coordinator at Michigan in 2021. He's the guy that changed the defense for Aiden Hutchinson and Ojaba. I want him to not do well in the NFL, so if he gets fired and Sherrone Moore doesn't do well, you could just bring him in as the head coach at Michigan, where I think he would win huge there. So that's my selfish reasons. I do think Seattle's going to win the game, though.
I like Seattle at home. Seattle's always been a hard place to play.
Brutal place to play,
We're going to see... What's the QB's name? He
from the Vikings.
Yeah,
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. Might as well be. They're the same guy.
Yeah. I don't like Darnold, so that's the question mark there. But he was serviceable on the Vikings. They had a great record. I do think that's more so the team, not him. But Seattle always finds a way to stay decent.
Seattle has Milroy as their backup, too.
Yeah.
It's not a bad backup.
It's going to be exciting. So I'm going to take the Seahawks. I'm not going to lay the points. I'm actually going to take a money line because it's plus 110.
Nice.
Next game, Texans and Rams. I'll start this one off. Rams are favored by 3 points. I'm going to take the Texans, not just plus 3. I'm going to take the money line. It's plus 143 right now.
This is a great game.
Yep.
Texans Rams. That's a really good game.
125 time frame. Again, -3 for the Rams.
That's Stroud versus Stafford. I mean, that's awesome.
I probably lean towards the Texans. Just kind of the same thing I was saying about the Niners. I just feel like there's positive regression in store, for a team like Houston and a player like Stroud, where it's just like can't be as nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, they had such a down year that second year regression for a QB. It seems like it always happens. I think Stroud looks great in the playoffs. We talked about last week. I think he's going to come out the gate.
I think Stroud's a future potential NFL MVP candidate.
I agree.
Not maybe next year, but at some point in his career.
I would say within the next 3-4 years.
I think it's on the table for him. Now, the key, though, they had a lot of offensive line issues last year. Mm-hmm. Stroud is not a runner. He doesn't like to run. He's a pure pocket passer. If the Texans don't improve that, in this game is really going to show that because the Rams have a tremendous pass rush. So, for that reason, I'm going to go with the Rams. What scares me about the Rams is Stafford.
In his back, right?
He's got back issues, yeah. He's old and beat up, so obviously if he breaks his back, I think the Rams are done. If they can get through the season with him healthy, I had them in the Super Bowl losing to the Ravens. Yeah. So that's how high I am on the Rams. I like McVay. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NFL. I'm going to go with the Rams. But that's a great game. I mean, there's two great teams, both playoff teams. They both won playoff games, so it's a toss-up.
Both good coaches, yep. So you like the -3?
I would take the Rams to the -3, yeah.
Would you take the +3, or would you take the Texans money line if you were to bet?
I just expect them to win.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to. I like the +3, but if it was 3.5, I'd take the spread. But since it's not, I'll just take Texans money line for the plus value. Next game, we're going to start with you, John. It's your team. Probably game of the week. Lions and Packers.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Packers -2.
I'm kind of disappointed this game didn't get the. Well, the Sunday night game is Ravens Bills, so I can see that one.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a better game than Vikings Bears for Monday Night Football. I would have put the Packers Lions for the Monday Night Football game, but whatever. At first, I was way high on the Parsons trade to the Packers. I actually said they might be a Super Bowl team. I am picking the Lions to win this game because the Packers most likely are not going to be able to stop the run. In that trade, they got rid of one of their best D tackles, who's a good run stuffer. He's
That's
no
the whole
longer
reason
there.
why the Cowboys wanted that trade.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the Lions, I don't think they're going to have a great year, but for this particular game, they are going to run the ball. That's Gibbs and Montgomery. It wouldn't shock me if they pounded the Packers on the ground and won the game.
Yeah.
So I go with the Lions. Not super confident, but that's what I'd go with.
I'll go next. I'll take Packers -2.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. It should be a good game. I think it's going to go back and forth. It should be a high-scoring game. The line is at 47. I could see it being a 31-24 game.
it's a big game too because it kind of sets
It sets the stage.
for the division. Obviously, if you win that game, you got a game lead.
Here's
to
our
start.
boy, Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones looks exhilarated.
He's very happy.
I feel like sometimes it's weekend at Bernie situation with him.
With Jerry?
Yeah.
You could say that in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Right, with people.
Faraz, which team do you like?
Lions.
I would
Packers.
take the Lions.
Lions +2, Lions money line. Got you. Next game, which is the Sunday night football game, Ravens
game.
and Bills.
That's a
Essentially
game.
pick them. Ravens are -1. I'll take Bills with a plus money, or it's not plus money, even money line. So I'll
Both-
take the Bills.
Both quarterbacks are MVP candidates
Again,
automatically. They
of course.
They both won the MVP the last 2 years. So
I think I'm going to go with Josh Allen and the Bills.
I mean I have to go with the Ravens. That was my Super Bowl pick. I think this is the year the Ravens do it. They have the most talented team in terms of total talent. If they don't win it this year, I don't think they ever win it. So
Well, I think Josh Allen has to live up,
To his MVP.
Well, his wife Haley Steinfeld's had a smashing year, and so I feel like he needs to, match the energy. And I think this is going to be, a start of that.
Yeah,
Sinners.
Sinners was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
what was her role in that movie?
She's like the white devil. No, so she's part black in it. I don't know if she's.
She's the white devil.
No,
That's great.
so she claims to be part black in the movie. I don't know what her actual ethnicity is in real life. So if she really is partially black, I guess the role is fitting. But no, she's great in the movie. She whispers into Michael B. Jordan's ear like, "You missed this pussy." And
Yeah.
it was pretty awesome. Sinners was a great movie. I'm actually surprised you watched it, Faraz. You say you're not a fan of horror films.
It's more of a thriller horror than
Yeah.
it is horror.
No,
You don't like
it's-
The Exorcist
Yeah.
or like The Shining.
Yeah.
So I don't love those movies. I watch them with my kid.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's Sinners is very cinematic.
Yeah.
It's you kind of read between the lines. Like watching the movie for what it is, it's good, but I think reading between the lines makes the movie from good to great.
Kugler's great.
Yeah. But back to football. Now we're on Monday night. Vikings and Bears. It's your division, John. Start with you. Vikings -1.5.
God, the Bears, arguably one of the most hyped teams in the offseason with Caleb Williams, getting the new offensive coordinator from the Lions. There's a lot of hype around that. I go with Minnesota. I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan. Everybody keeps telling me how good he is.
I keep hearing it too.
I want to see it, and I'm not saying he can't be good. I think Ben Johnson will make him better as a quarterback, but you still got to do it. And he hasn't really. I don't know. He hasn't been amazing. So
I thought his
and the always want to be critical. He was the number one pick in the draft.
yeah.
Clearly, I think Jaden Daniels. If they did that, if they redrafted, I think the Bears are taking Jaden Daniels over
yeah.
Caleb Williams.
I think if
mean,
Daniels was on the Bears team, he would have been in a better predicament than he was with the Commanders. I thought the Bears were set up pretty good. I thought the
Bears
line
have
was
players.
good. I thought the receivers were good. I thought the defense was great. And Caleb
He's
Williams
got-
couldn't contribute.
He's got Roma Dunze and
Yeah.
Loveland.
Yeah.
And they got other receivers too. More, I mean, they have
Yeah,
loaded. he should have a big year this year. If he can't play with them, then he's just not very good because they're loaded with talent. So
Yeah.
I'm going Minnesota though. I think the Minnesota coach is a better coach. McConnell. I think he's besides Dan Campbell. I have him as probably the second
Now,
best coach in the
a
division.
big question mark is their redshirt QB. You know, he was injured last year.
Oh, McCarthy. Yeah. Well, no, McCarthy's a total wild card.
Yeah, so we're going to see what he's capable of. If he could just keep the ship afloat, I think he could be better than what Sam Darnold was. Because all Darnold did was keep the ship afloat.
Yeah.
Just
Not turn the ball over.
Not turn the ball over. The
Exactly.
defense is good. The running back's good. Obviously, the receiver core is probably the best in the league.
Minnesota's loaded with
Yeah.
talent, especially offensively. Justin Jefferson.
The line's 1.5. I'm going to take the Vikings. I think that's...
Yeah.
It's a pick 'em game, essentially, but I'll take the Vikings. Faraz?
I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
If this game was later in the year, I would be more inclined to take the Bears because it'd be colder. But it's September in Chicago; it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah, it don't
The
matter.
weather shouldn't be a factor.
Yep. And that concludes our, week of opening NFL football. I mean, it's an exciting week. I'm glad football's back. I do enjoy betting football. Some of the bets I'm actually taking, so I said the Steelers. I'm a big fan of that. Are there any bets that you like that you are for sure taking?
Just looking at this, I actually kind of like the Cardinals a lot. For some reason, the Dolphins game is calling my name. I don't know why, but it just seems easy to me.
I do like the Cardinals pick a lot. The -6.5, I think that's a very good line.
What else is on here?
I don't think the Saints could keep up. I don't know how they score.
I actually like the Lions too because I think they're really going to pound the ball on the ground. I think they're going to make it a point to run the football in that game.
A plus money pick. I'm just going through it again real quick. So a plus money pick I like. It's probably the Texans. That's the only plus money value.
That's a
pick I
really, I think the Niners, Seahawks, the Lions, Packers, Texans, Rams, Ravens, Bills. Tomorrow we got the Chargers and Chiefs. Those are some very
Dak almost threw his
pick.
very traditional pick in a game.
Those 4 or 5 games though, I think that your Super Bowl winner is going to come from one of those games.
And you got some value there if you don't want to take the quote unquote underdog in that game. Anything can happen.
Those are, I mean, to me, this slate looks way better than the college slate. These are some very high level games.
Easily.
College, I think the only really game you got Michigan, Oklahoma, and everything else is kind of a unranked team versus.
We also like the Iowa game.
Yeah. But nationally, most people aren't. It's a freaking cornhole event.
We got the final 2 minutes and 45 seconds in this Cowboys game.
And the Cowboys are driving.
Cowboys are driving down.
Dak is working it.
This is horrible for my bet. I fucking had the Eagles -8. Like, this is awful. Unless they have a play breakout. See, this is what I miss about Pickens. He is a knucklehead, but he has some of the best hands in the NFL. Like,
you would like to see him with Rodgers,
He is a great talent. He's just a fucking idiot. He only has 30 yards, but I swear his hands are magnetic. And in this lineup, he's the second option. CD's the number one option. Pickens should get a lot of...
No, that's a tough 2-0. That's a touchdown. Oh, he dropped it.
Oh!
That's why I hate receivers. You pay CeeDee Lamb all this money. The ball hits him in the hands. He should have caught that.
If that was Pickens, he probably would have caught it. That's
he should have caught that. He almost turned that into an interception. Catch the fucking ball. How do you drop that?
You gotta catch that.
That was a perfect pass. Oh my god.
That was right in the pocket.
Yeah.
Dak did his job. We don't say it too often.
Dak has played well in this game. You gotta catch
God
it.
damn. Both guys should have caught that. The Eagles guy should have caught that.
Eagle.
Forgot about that.
Call back.
Let's see what happened. He wants to turn the ball over.
That was a tough throw there. I don't like
What is
that
he
throw.
doing?
He's going to Schoonmaker, Michigan tight end.
That's a very Midwestern last name.
Schoonmaker is great. He's actually from UMass.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Speaking of tight ends from Michigan, I'm excited to see Loveland.
No, Loveland's supposed to be a beast. Yeah.
I'm excited to see Loveland. I loved him there. Hey, when I played NCAA last year, I was on their team as a QB, and Loveland was my number one target. Like, he was amazing.
If you watch the Michigan-Oklahoma game, watch the new tight end they have, Marlon Klein from Germany. he looks. I mean, I'm not saying he's Loveland, but he gives you that. He's not as explosive, but he's a big, strong, great great hands. He had like 90 yards catching 6 catches. His
Fourth
first
down.
game.
This is essentially the game. Sorry to interrupt you. It was 4th and 3. CD had 2 hands on the ball again, and he just dropped
Hopefully
it.
these Oklahoma receivers do this in about 2 days. They don't catch a pass. He played at Oklahoma, CD man.
Watch this right here. Dak made another great throw. He had people breathing
he
down
got
his
to catch
neck.
this ball, man.
Look at this. 2 hands.
Yeah, he was diving, but you still got to catch it. There's a rule. You get your hands on it, you got to catch it.
Not just one. He had both hands on the ball.
He did dive though. The other one was more egregious.
Yeah, dives.
He was getting lit up too. That's a tough catch. I mean, you see the guy coming over to clean you up, Blankenship. You still got to catch it though.
Dak's played a good game.
Yeah.
What's up?
Eagles won, final 24-20. They ran the clock out ball game.
Very Eagle of them.
Yep.
They just find the way to win. They never fucking cover. I should have known better than to take the -8.
That's all I got, guys. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Quick thing I wanted to bring up. 2K's been amazing. Billy gave me shit last week for being excited for 2K. This 2K might be the best 2K, at least in the last 15 years. I know you guys are kind of out on it, but I still am an
I'm not
avid
against
gamer
it.
on it.
Yeah, I'm not against
2K's been amazing. This is definitely the best initial start to a 2K game in a long time. Usually when 2K first comes out, it's awful in the sense of there needs to be updates, you're lagging, you get kicked out because the service can't handle it. Everything's been almost 10 out of 10 perfect. I have three My Player builds I've been loving. I just want to bring that up. So fuck you, Billy. 2K's fun, and 2K, thank you for making a good game. Fuck you, Billy.
Billy, I'm on your side on this one.
I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just 37-year-olds with a kid under 1. You don't have time for video games.
Yeah, Billy.
It's just not even in my cards.
Faraz and
I got no
Billy-
shot.
Faraz and Billy just sound like old men, and they're hating the youth and the young generation.
Oh, I mean, I'll admit to that. No problem.
I'll admit to that. But yeah, that's essentially all I got. You guys want to add on anything else?
We'll be back next week.
Yeah, we're back every week for
NFL and college
seasons.
football, so we'll be here. We'll see
Yep.
you guys next week. I'm John.
I'm Jesiah,
Faraz.
and we're the Club Rats. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. See you guys next week. Peace.